Hey.
Hi there and welcome to Design Army TV. This episode summary is about Colour 16 Scheme Mastering and Case Studies, in which we move into putting together our schemes and we end up with our case studies, in which you put together schemes for some great ideas for day spas, shops, beach, houses and inner city apartments. So obviously in this episode we bring together everything we've just learned in becoming our expert colour master or colour mistresses. We walk through the step-by-step process, where firstly we meet our client. Who is this person and are they a professional or a family member? And ask them questions of elimination. And this will influence all of our selections within the room, as it is the goal of our space to create a mood. Secondly, we start to analyse the functions that will occur in this room. Is it a lounge room or a small beauty day spa? Or thirdly, we start to look at exactly who is the end user of this space. The end user may be very different to the client, for example, and the client may be the owner of a daycare centre, but the end user will be the toddlers and bubs who use the space every day. Now, to finish off that emotional response in the room, we'll have to decide on the mood of the room, like tranquil or uplifting or serene. But we do give it strength by trying to give it an emotion as well, like happy or sad, or delighted or excited or peaceful. So it's always a good idea to write all of these ideas and responses down as we go, so that you have something to refer back to. And with that in mind, we then start our case studies. So if we are putting together a tranquil, relaxing day spa area, we go back to what we know about colour psychology. For example, that green and blue are calming, and then compile as many materials that we can that have blues and greens in them. So at this point, we should have spent a lot of time in putting together a range of samples and concept ideas, and a colour scheme or three that I may use in my space. And this is what we call plug and play design, in that we start to play our options into the scheme and then play around with them until we decide on our final edited mix. Then you will finally arrive at a point where everybody involved seems happy. But before we proceed, we will take one step back from the scheme and look at it one last time, remembering it's about to go into this world with your name on it, and your reputation will be built because of it. So we just want to check that the idea hasn't been too diluted and that we haven't tried to please everybody and therefore nobody. And then it's your turn. It's time to spread your wings and fly and really get stuck into all of our case studies that we have for you in the course folder. You will use our colour psychologies, are fundamentals of understanding hues, tint, tone, shade, our understanding of scheme types, knowledge of environmentally friendly materials, origins of materials, lighting, rendering, paint bases, elements and principles, knowledge of design, history, styles to reference, if applicable, plus our design language of themes to describe the scheme to a client, and our innate sense of personal style in your scheme mastering, which you will bring to each and every scheme. There will be the one thing that brands you as a colour consultant above all other designers. So time to edit. Firstly, when we edit, we find a material that we just love so much that we can't give it up. So immediately there's two materials in my selection that I'm attracted to that I cannot give up for love or money. And they are my dark black slate and my lovely timber oak floor. And then you just need to go forth and be confident. And remember the fun saying, fake it until you make it. So do put your best foot forward as you take on your career in design. And guess what?